Amid the fog-shrouded walls of Alcatraz, where desperate men clashed in a hail of bullets and tear gas, a ruthless figure named Joseph Dutch Cretzer unleashed a bloody rebellion that turned the Rock into a war zone, claiming lives and shattering the myth of invincibility. Born from Montana's rugged wilds, this bank-robbing killer with a volatile temper orchestrated heists that terrorized the West Coast, his cold eyes hiding a storm of violence born from a fractured past. Allied with outlaws in daring escapes and murders, he became a symbol of unbridled defiance. But what demons drove this public enemy to execute hostages in a doomed bid for freedom, only to meet a gruesome end in the prison's shadowed corridors? Explore the darkness of betrayal, brutality, and broken dreams in the tale of a man whose final stand echoed through history's unforgiving halls.
Joseph Paul Dutch Cretzer drew his first breath on April 17, 1911, in the mining town of Anaconda, Montana, a gritty frontier outpost shadowed by copper smelters and rugged mountains. Born to deaf parents, his father a laborer in the harsh industrial landscape, his mother managing a modest home amid economic uncertainty, young Joseph learned American Sign Language as his first tongue, fostering early resilience in a world of silent challenges. The family environment was one of hardship, cramped quarters without luxuries, where winters bit deep and survival demanded grit. Schooling was sporadic in local institutions, where he absorbed basics but showed little academic spark, preferring the outdoors with neighborhood kids, roaming hills and honing a sharp, observant nature. Friends remembered him as volatile yet loyal, a sturdy boy with piercing eyes and a quick temper, influenced by tales of Wild West outlaws amid Montana's lawless echoes. Dreams flickered of stability, perhaps mining or farming, but struggles with communication barriers and poverty bred frustration, shaping a mindset of defiance against authority. Before crimes poll, Joseph embodied untapped potential, his early influences of isolation and frontier toughness forging a rebel poised on the edge of darkness. As the Great Depression gripped the West Coast, Joseph Cretzer's plunge into crime began in the mid-1930s, partnering with brother-in-law Arnold Kyle in petty thefts that escalated to armed bank robberies, targeting federally insured vaults for quick hauls. Their Cretzer-Kyle gang struck at least 8 banks between 1935 and 1936, netting fortunes through ruthless efficiency. No masks, just intimidation, earning Cretzer the FBI's public enemy number 4 label. Reputation grew as a volatile enforcer, blending robbery with murder. A 1939 holdup turned deadly when a resisting guard was slain. Major events sealed infamy. Convicted of bank robbery in 1940, sentenced to 25 years at McNeil Island, where an April escape with Kyle involved a stolen dump truck and recaptured days later. Turning point: during transport to court, Cretzer assaulted U.S. Marshal Artis Chitty, who died of coronary thrombosis, adding a life sentence for second-degree murder. Uncovered FBI files reveal shocking brutality, hostage executions and heists, alliances with killers, painting a man whose step-by-step ascent from thief to murderer embodied the era's desperate savagery, a force of unrelenting violence.
Federal agents recaptured Joseph Cretzer after his McNeil Island breakout, convicting him of murder and dispatching him to Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary in August 1940 as inmate number 548-AZ, a high-risk transfer for violent incorrigibles. Arrival unfolded in grim ritual. Ferried across churning bay waters, stripped and searched, assigned a barren 5-by-9-foot cell of cold concrete, steel cot, and sink overlooking taunting city lights. Daily existence ground souls, dawn reveille, silent mess hall trudges for meager rations, workshop labor under rifle-toting guards on catwalks, the 1940s atmosphere heavy with fog's chill and isolation's weight. Cretzer behaved violently, his temper flaring in assaults. Manipulative alliances formed with inmates like Bernard Coy. Known escape attempts included a 1941 bid with 3 others, earning 5 years in D-block solitary, dark, damp holes with minimal light and food. Interactions with Sam Shockley fueled plots, his defiance peaking in the 1946 Battle of Alcatraz, where he executed hostages in rage. This bloody siege, amid tear gas and grenades, led inexorably to his fatal showdown in the prison's shadowed utility corridors. Joseph Cretzer's defiant end came on May 4, 1946, during the Battle of Alcatraz's brutal climax. Barricaded in a utility corridor with Coy and Hubbard, he fell amid marine gunfire and grenades. Riddled with bullets at age 35, his body slumped in blood-soaked shadows. Autopsied and claimed by wife Edna, he was cremated and interred at Cypress Lawn Memorial Park in Colma, California. Public reaction exploded in headlines decrying the bloodbath on the Rock, mourning slain guards while vilifying Cretzer as a savage killer. History remembers him as a monster, the ruthless instigator whose hostage executions during the siege epitomized cold-blooded evil, a public enemy whose bank robberies and murders terrorized the Depression era. Yet some view him misunderstood, a product of death parents' isolation and poverty's grind, his violence a desperate lash against fate. Legacy endures in Alcatraz lore, symbolizing the prison's unbreakable myth. In the end, Cretzer's story haunts as a stark warning. In the abyss of defiance, even the fiercest flames are quenched by unyielding stone. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more stories from the dark past of America's most notorious criminals.